Hello everyone, welcome to day 7. Before we get into the main video, I just thought I'll show you how I'm celebrating Navratri with my family. I'm at my home and I celebrate with my family. What you see here is the dolls, and we call this Gulu, and you can see the beautiful dolls that is being kept. You can see here the three Devis, Saraswati, Lakshmi and Parvati, and these dolls are very very beautiful. You can see here Ashta Lakshmi and Sai Baba, there's Balaji there, and on the top row there it is Dasavatar, and so this we call as Gulu. This has been kept by my wife, my daughter and my mother-in-law. We call our friends, neighbors and relatives in the evening. They sing songs and have some food preparation, and that's how we celebrate. This is called Golu, and why this is kept and what is the significance of this, that is for another day, another time. Now we get into day 7 of life lessons from Navratri. Hello, welcome to day number 7 of life lessons from Navaratri. Today we worship and celebrate the form of Devi Durga, the 7th form of Devi Durga, called Goddess Kaalratri. In Hindu mythology, there was a demon called Rakta Bij. Rakta means blood, Bij means seed. So he had this great power and a blessing from Lord Brahma that anytime that he is injured and there is a drop of blood that touches the ground, there will be another lookalike of himself. Another Rakta Bij will be sprouting from the ground. So given this boon, he went about destroying a lot of people, he was killing a lot of people, and he was creating havoc. So Goddess Kaalratri wanted to vanquish him, and every time she injured him, there was another Rakta Bij that was formed. And there were so many Rakta Bij that was formed over a period of time. She got very furious and ferocious that she wanted to get rid of this demon called Rakta Bij. So she went into a very clever strategy. She started drinking every drop of the blood of Rakta Bij before it fell on the ground. And eventually she had vanquished all the Rakta Bij, and the original Rakta Bij was left out, and eventually the story goes on to say that she vanquished him as well. Today we're going to discuss what are the Rakta Bij in our lives that we need to get rid of. How many of us have felt that we don't have enough time? You know, we see somebody and we see how come he has got so much of time to do a lot of things. And if you see successful people and the person who is struggling to go towards his goal, there's one big thing called time. Managing time comes to play. And today we're going to talk about that. If you see the successful person, they know that every drop of their minute, of their time, is like a demon, is like a Rakta Bij that is getting formed, and they don't let that happen. So they do something different than the person who's struggling. So they kill the Rakta Bij that is there in their lives. So what are those Rakta Bij in our life that we need to get rid of? There are 7 points that I want to share with you, which I feel is the time wasters in our lives. And if we get rid of those, we will have a happier life, we will be faster to get to our goals and live a very quality life. 1. The first time waster, according to me, is the social media. How many of us thought that we will spend 5 minutes looking at that Insta reel or the Facebook reels or YouTube shorts and think that we will just spend 5 minutes, and actually we spend about 45 minutes to 1 hour and then realize, oh God, so much time I wasted. Don't get me wrong, we are social beings and we need to be connected. But going into seeing for 5 minutes and spending about 1 hour is a time waster. If you want to decrease the time that you're spending on social media, decrease the number of apps that is there in your phone, make it meaningful, make it a small number of apps that is relevant for you. Select the platforms that you want to be active and associated with. And most importantly, have a time. This 5 minutes or 10 minutes or half an hour is what I'm going to spend on the social media. Time block yourself. Number 2, yes, that notification sound. How many of you just saw your phone thinking that there is a notification that has come to you? This notification is another distraction. It's the biggest distraction if you ask me. The next time there is a notification, observe yourself. Are you running to the phone? Are you grabbing the phone and looking what it is? It's a hook to get you distracted. Remove all those notifications. Remove the sounds, the alerts, the screen notification that comes. An email or a WhatsApp will wait. It will be the same even if you take after 10 minutes or half an hour. Number 3, long to-do list. Don't have a long to-do list. Instead, have a success list. What are the things that you want to work on your life that you want to do today? Apply Pareto's principle. That is, 20% of your effort will give 80% of the result. Identify that 20%. Make a list and identify that 20% that will make the difference. Number 4, multitasking. In this Navaratri, you would observe there are many Devis having many hands. Don't get distracted or dissuaded thinking that the God is communicating us to be multitasking. Multitasking is a myth. Success is built sequentially. It is one thing at a time. I read this beautiful book called The One Thing, and I strongly recommend. This is one of the best books that I've read in my life, and I would strongly recommend to each one of you to read this book if you want your life to be more productive. The author of this book is Gary Keller, and he says that what is that one thing that you want to do today that will take you to that someday goal? Make it into smaller goals. We saw that earlier also. Make that goal into smaller goals, but make that one thing today that will lead you to get to your ultimate goal. Number 5, not saying no. Do you find yourself saying yes to a lot of people who come to you for help when you actually want to say no from inside? It's hard to say helping people is a time waster, but you need to be very clear which one you want to say yes to. If you are saying yes to one thing, that means you are saying no to something else. So prioritize your yes. Make that precious because you got finite time. Number 6, not removing the clutter. If you have your home or office with a lot of clutter, you are going to spend a lot of time digging and searching for things. Removing a clutter makes your time more precious and valuable. Keep as simple as possible. The other thing you might want to learn is a decision fatigue. How many times in the morning you go to the wardrobe and see what is that I want to wear today? Start doing that mix and match. This color goes with this. Start researching into decision fatigue. You will go from there's a big fad that is going on called minimalism. I would say more towards essentialism. Keep the ones which is essential for you. Make it simple. I've got my mentor who's got the same t-shirt in different colors, so he doesn't get into this idea or thinking what should he wear that day. Steve Jobs' Apple practiced that. He had a wardrobe full of this turtleneck and the jeans, so he could spend more time, more of that time that he's making decisions into something productive. So keep your life simple. 7, not asking for help. Delegate as much from your to-do list and do the things that is left out. There are many platforms today like Fiverr, Upwork, freelance.com, where you can get a lot of your work done. We are living in a gig economy and you need to leverage that. Time wasters find their way to get into our lives. Some are hard to avoid, some are easy to avoid. But all of them can make us to be unproductive and delay or become impediments in the journey to reach to our goal. So friends, what are your time wasters? What are those Rakta Beej in your lives? List it down, write it down, and make a complete list and go after them ferociously, like how Devi Kaalratri vanquished Rakta Beej. Happy Navaratri.